Hello, I'm Paul Fennell.
And I'm Valerie Fennell.
We are part of the Gregory and Appel Boston Mutual Insurance team who assist you every year with your benefits open enrollment at the Indianapolis Airport Authority.
So, welcome to our first ever virtual wellness fair recording. As you know, many things have changed since March with the COVID-19 worldwide pandemic. In order to keep everyone safe, everyone's supposed to wear a mask or social distance by staying at least 6 feet apart.
And for this video, we don't have to because
we live in the same house. But we want to assure you that a few things have not changed.
Right. Gregory and Appel is still here to help you with your total benefits enrollment experience, although that help may look a little different this year. We are committed to the health and safety of you and your family, as well as the health and safety of our team members and their families.
So in order to protect everyone, all of the meetings will be virtual this year. For a personal appointment, you can schedule either a Zoom meeting, which will look a lot like this, except we won't be recorded.
Or you can choose to speak with a benefits counselor on the phone. Regardless of which one you choose, we're committed to providing you with the same personal experience you've come to expect.
Also, your benefits will be enrolled through the new Kronos system this year, and our team is available to help you navigate that as well. So, to meet with a benefits counselor for assistance in completing your 2021 enrollment or for questions about your benefits, watch for email links that will have live links that will take you to a scheduler that will allow you to choose your own appointment.
Or, or look for posters with information about the Indianapolis Airport Authority Benefits Hotline and call with for assistance in making your appointment.
And please note this next part's super important. So if you were hired last year, so starting 11/1/19 through today, you will need to make an appointment to meet with us so that we can explain all the details about the benefits that we don't have time to talk about in this video today.
So this is your chance to enroll without answering any medical questions, which means you cannot be declined for certain levels of coverage during this open enrollment period.
And you are eligible even if you are not a full-time IAA team member or if you are not participating in any of the medical plans.
While they've been very popular, please be aware you cannot enroll in the Boston Mutual benefits without our assistance. So to find out more or to enroll, please schedule your appointment today.
If you are already a Boston Mutual policyholder and you want to make a change, or if you want to add some coverage, you will also need to schedule an appointment with us.
Now for the fun part. We are here to offer you 5 reasons why you should consider one or more of the Boston Mutual worksite benefits.
So number 1 is that all 3 of the Boston Mutual benefits are life insurance, accident insurance, and critical illness insurance are permanent, which means that you can keep them if you leave or retire from the airport. While you're working, premiums will be deducted from your paycheck, and if you leave, this exact same benefit you keep that for the exact same price because you own these benefits for life.
And while you're at work, they're payroll deducted. If you're not at work, then you pay from home. Right. Now, number two, permanent life insurance. So you may say, well, the airport already gives me 2 times my annual earnings in basic life insurance. And that's true, and that's great. You don't pay anything for it. And some of you may have even purchased some of the additional voluntary life insurance for yourself, a spouse, or a child. And that's great stuff too. The downside is if you leave your job or retire, you no longer have these benefits. They're only good for as long as you're employed with the airport. But with Boston Mutual, you can purchase permanent whole life coverage for yourself, your spouse, your children, even grandchildren, or any combination of those just mentioned. And when you leave or retire, you can keep these policies at the same level of coverage for the same price you're paying while you're working.
Number 3 is a catastrophic loss rider. and it's called a rider because it rides on top of a Boston Mutual whole life policy. It becomes part of that policy, and it will pay you money while you're alive in addition to the death benefit. So if you become sick or injured and you can't take care of yourself, so you can't do things like go to the bathroom by yourself, feed yourself, bathe yourself, it will send you a check for $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 a month for 1, 2, or 3 years based upon the level of coverage that you choose.
And you can use that money for whatever you
want.
want.
You want.
Now, before we get to the last two, even with the best medical insurance, there are still some expenses you'll have to pay out of your own pocket. So, whether you're in the PPO, the HSA Core, the HSA Saver at the airport, or you're on your spouse's or your parents' medical coverage, you will still have deductibles and coinsurance to pay. These next two options can help put some of that money back in your pocket. So number 4.
Number 4 is the accident insurance. Accidents can be painful and expensive. So accident insurance works just like you think it might work. It will send you money based upon the services or procedures that you have done because you had an accident. So for example, you have to visit the ER, or you have to take a trip in an ambulance to get to the hospital, or you have to have an x-ray or a surgery to fix that broken leg. It pays for all kinds of things like that. And also things like physical therapy or visits to doctors after your accident to make sure that you're getting better. Those costs can really add up, and this benefit helps with that sort of thing. It also pays in addition to whatever your health insurance is going to cover already. This benefit also will pay $50 a year, even if you're never hurt. So just for getting one of those covered wellness screenings, kind of like getting your blood drawn for a cholesterol test that the IAA sets up for you, even if that test is free, you can file that with your insurance and they will send you a check for $50 once a year. If your spouse has that coverage, same thing. They can also file their wellness claim and get $50 every year.
So that's another $50. So that's $100 every year if you're both covered. So number 5, and last but not least, critical illness insurance. This benefit pays a lump sum of between $5,000 and $20,000 if you're diagnosed with a covered critical illness. The most common are heart attack, stroke, and cancer, but it'll also cover things like ALS and Alzheimer's disease. You don't have to save up your receipts for this one. If you're diagnosed, you simply file that diagnosis with Boston Mutual and you get a check for the amount that you enrolled in, the amount of coverage that you enrolled in. It also pays in addition to your health insurance. So you can use it for medical bills, but you can also use that money for groceries or a second opinion or whatever you need that for. And like number 4, like the accident coverage, this benefit pays every year, even if you're never diagnosed with a critical illness, because it also has that $50 annual wellness benefit if you have one of the listed wellness tests done that were mentioned before. And the same, if your spouse has this, then you both get that extra $50. So we have both the plans. So every year we get $200 for not getting sick
getting a wellness test
and not having a critical illness.
Right.
So,
well, that's about as much fun as I'm sure anyone can handle for today.
Thank you for your time.
And remember, if you were hired 11/1/19 through today, please make an appointment so that we can help you with the Boston Mutual benefits.
And remember, this is your one chance to enroll for the Boston Mutual benefits without answering any medical questions. So watch for those emails and posters.
We are looking forward to seeing you on Zoom.
Or talking with you on the phone. Stay safe and healthy.